Going live. Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to another live commentary. I haven't done one in a couple of days, and it's time to do another comic book movie. This is based on a comic that not a lot of people have heard of. It was a 2010 action thriller, The Losers. Yes, with an A-list cast and some fun characters, and let's get to it. 97 minutes long, so. A Dark Castle Entertainment. I didn't know it was based on a comic, just like Red. Vertigo, DC Comics. Great cast: Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Chris Evans, Columbus Short, even Jeffrey Dean Morgan. And you have you have Idris Elba, but again, he plays the villain. This is Chris Evans. He's great. So the American flag. He's the best character in the movie, Chris Evans. And I'd rather watch this than Expendables 3 or 4. There's a Mexican guy that doesn't say anything, which is better. People thought that Elba was American. He's not. He had to fool us in every movie he was in. You can't fool me anymore. He's good as Knuckles because you don't have to look at Knuckles. Jensen. Tech. Cougar. Long range elimination. Pooch. Transport and heavy weapons. Roke. I don't even know how to say his name. Roke. He also have Zoe Saldana, but she doesn't appear in the beginning. It's a very manly movie. What is that? A hunting knife? Looks like Rambo's hunting knife. There's Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Clay, the operational control. You remember him from Rampage. Of course, a lot of people saw him in The Walking Dead. I didn't, because I didn't care about that show. A bunch of Bintos pretending to be American. Yeah, ha! AMC, take that. I'm American, not Abbey Lincoln and this other stupid girl. No, I'm American. I was born here. Next thing you know, they're gonna cast British Ghostbusters. Oh yeah, they already did that once, and that didn't work. I like the kids, and like I said, the new Carrie Coon, Paul Rudd, and of course the original cast. Not the British hair Eon that they wanted to put it. Which one? I didn't see this in theaters. I bought the movie on Amazon years ago. It was used, so I got this double pack. It had Rock and Roller, but you know I hated that movie. I'm not a Guy Ritchie fan. He didn't direct this. His movies are too long and they write their own case show. The Losers was directed by Sylvain White. I never heard of him. Let me see. Let me see what he directed. It bombed. He's a French director. Sylvain. Raised in Paris, France. Hey, I'd rather have a Mexican guy that says 2 words in the movie than talking and won't shut up like Antonio Banderas. directed Stomp the Yard. I never seen that. The Mark of the Angels, episodes of The Americans, Fargo, the TV series. He did a good job. He's mostly done television after this, but and yes, Josh, you don't have to tell me that he directed Slender Man. That was not directed by him. That was directed by a studio that wanted money, based on a meme that nobody cares about anymore. Unlike Dead Reckoning Part 1, that didn't have a character that makes the movie pad out. Oh, God, no. Saldana's not even in the beginning of this movie. She's in the middle. They're like the Expendables when the woman doesn't show up until like halfway through the movie. And yes, this movie would have been better if it was rated R because they're shooting people and there's no blood. So, mostly. That's why Expendables did well. Columbus Short, I do like him. I know there was some controversy about him. I don't care, guys. I'm controversial. I'm doing a podcast during a solar eclipse, and it won't hurt me because I'm not going to look out my window. I'll be safe. Just keep yourself safe. There's no turkey in this movie. Elba's the villain, so he gets his at the end. He's a traitor, just like he is in everything. Yeah, I know he directed that, Josh, but this is way better. This is actually directed by a director, not a studio. And while it didn't do well, it still is a better film. It's an actual film. Yeah, they're in Bolivia. This movie should have been rated R, yeah. A hard R. They thought they were kids, a kidnapped. And I love Chris Evans. You know, I love him as Captain America. I love him in this movie. Even in movies like Push and Fantastic Four, he's always the best part of his films. I haven't seen Gifted with him and with him and that amazing girl McKenna Grace, but I'll see it soon. It's a drama. Man. And so hesitant. You're always hesitant, John. I'm not hesitant. I said I was going to do this movie, and I'm doing it. I've never seen Slender Man, not as a podcast, anyway. I did see Gifted. I didn't mind it. Yeah, and she was a little girl in that, but now she's going to be 18 in June. Jeffrey D. Morgan has those amazing eyes. He was good in Watchmen, even though his character was a scumbag. Hey, Spidey. I do like their rapport. This actually has writers that care. I knew Idris Elba was going to portray them. He's the British guy in the movie. Of course he's going to be the villain. I saw it coming when the trailers came out. That's stupid. The biggest cliche you can do in any movie is to make a British person the villain. Even back in the 80s, it did that with the first Die Hard movie. It's an easy out. It's a good scene. Yes, that's a real school bus. It's not CGI. It's not a black guy as a villain. He's a Brit. So we have a black guy. We have Columbus Short. Why do we need two of them? I can take this. And there's less Spanish in this movie than Logan and Spider-Verse. Those kids deserve it. Yeah, because those kids could have gotten killed. Yeah, women and children first, always. And let me clean that up a little bit. There we go. Much better. Adios, kids. He's a good actor, man. He's so good. That's why in Watchmen, I'm like, why did you kill him off in the first 5 minutes? Oh, yeah, because that's in the comic. And I know the comedian is not a good guy, okay? He literally kills a pregnant woman. I get it. He's a scumbag. But he's not even the main villain. He's not. It was Adrian was the main villain. in both cuts. Next thing you know, you're going to say, I don't want to see Father You because it's going to have abuse in it. It's an R-rated movie. You got to take what you can take. You think that movie with Kristen Stewart is a ray of sunshine? Love lies bleeding. That's not a movie. That movie has abuse too. That's why it flopped. That's awesome. That's a great explosion. That movie is not a kids movie. It's like people using steroids and the grief and loss and all that. Yeah, I don't want to see that. This is April. April flowers. April showers bring May flowers. I want to see beauty. I don't want to see any more of these depressing freaking movies that make me feel like, oh yeah, you have to remind me that humanity is bad. I get it. What was that? They blew up the plane. Those poor kids. You know who did that, right? I know. Spanish people take things personally. Trust me, I know. Idris Elba decided he orchestrated the attack on that plane. It's all his fault. United States, yeah, please. I mean, black people like Jonathan Majors, yeah, and look what he did. Lakeith Stanfield at least is, safe to be around. Always protect the women and kids like Caitlyn did. Yeah, I'm not worried. Unless the Joker movie is just abuse and there's no good musical numbers or acting, then I'm out. But it's DC. You got to take the darkness with it, Josh. Every DC character has a darkness, a dark cloud. Even Shazam had that. The first one. It starts as a drama. There it is, the opening. Awesome opening title. Excuse me, those poor kids, man. That's dark. You have to make that R-rated. People didn't know what to think of this movie. They're like, you killed a bunch of children in an opening of an action movie and it's only PG-13. I mean, they didn't show the bodies. I didn't need to see that, but it should have been R-rated. It would have helped it because Expendables was, and they did not. They didn't hold. Oh yeah, that's cockfighting. Yeah, that's a sport they do in South America. It just is a brilliant actor. Yeah, he is. He doesn't ruin this movie for me because he gets what he deserves after what he did to those kids. Nobody gets away with murder. Nobody. Cockfighting. Yeah, they do that also in Mexico and in PR as well. I don't see that because I don't want to watch chickens fight each other or roosters. I eat chicken and I have to eat it half the time. There's Zoe Saldana. See, she wasn't in the first 12 minutes. Her gorgeous long hair. I never hated her. I just said with Avatar, she was boring in that. The whole movie is with that blue. She's covered in blue and overacts and has that accent that I don't understand. Sorry. Not for me. But I wouldn't want to go to those third world countries. They treat people like scum there. I'm happy being here in the States. I didn't even see Fear of the Walking Dead, which is a spinoff. Because I'm like, I don't have time to see British people being dramatic in the desert. I could see Dune for that. She is beautiful. And Pirates of the Caribbean, yeah, she did that and didn't want to act again. Because Disney drained her. And she was one of the only people from the Caribbean in that movie. Everybody else was British. Or they were either British or Australian or something. Or American, and they were side characters. I mean, the guy literally has a scar on his face. Him and the guy from Get Out, they look alike. They both have big eyes and they're British. Again, that's not my taste, guys. Not my preference. Booze. I gotta eat more grains. There she is with her Rose the top hat. That's weird to wear in Bolivia, but yeah, there's a shot of her bum, of course, because we gotta have that. So you just see this movie again. I'm shocked she hasn't done a Bond movie yet. She's very thin. I get it. No, you shouldn't be offended, Judge. You have glasses. That's why. I need to know what the trailer's in the movie. I'm not seeing the trailer yet. I can wait. I do feel empathy for girls, but not all of them. I didn't care about the girl that was in Godzilla X Kong. Not for me. Not a fan. Rebecca Cough Medicine is that cough medicine. I know. Bolivia and Paraguay are landlocked. You can't. You can't. There's no beaches there. She was not at Comic Con last year because again, got 3 more Avatar movies to sit through. Whoopi, more CGI cats because I didn't get enough of that in the first one. She doesn't have an accent. She doesn't have an accent. She had to fake it in so many movies. She's Whittle. And this isn't Gamora that she has a sword. No. No sword here. Man is stronger. We're built more, densely. This is why we get all the action movies. Barbie may have made $1 billion, but so did Joker. And Avengers and everything else that you can muster. 90% of the movies that are the highest grossing movies of all time star a dude. Yeah. Yeah. Look it up. It's always been that way. Even way back in the 70s when Jaws came out. E.T. Star Wars. Again. That's how it is. Gender politics are not going to work on me this year. Hey, at least they got Zoe Kravitz to play Catwoman now, and I was happy with that. Avatar is boring. It's a bunch of blue cats talking, and the message is humans are bad. They're always going to be bad. Got the message the first time, James Cameron. What are they? Are they going to fight each other or have sex with each other? And again, she's not the villain in the movie. There's that slow mo, the Zack Snyder slow mo. Is Expendables better? Yeah. I just prefer black women. They don't have to speak another language to impress me. Black and Asian women, I just prefer them. Or white women. That's just how I roll. This is what I've always been like. I've always been more into Asian and black girls. Look at my pictures. See, I'm not putting down women. I just prefer. I know what I prefer to. Because what are the biggest movies of this year? Dune, The Beekeeper, Godzilla, and Ghostbusters, and most of them star guys. Yeah, the franchises were targeted for guys. Yeah. Sorry, this isn't going to be Barbie take over the world kind of box office this year. Furiosa will be fine. Furiosa will be fine, but it's not going to make $1 billion like Barbie did last year. Mainly because it's going to have the baggage of being as good, trying to be as good as Fury Road. People are not going to accept it as much. Go Petunias. I love Chris Evans. Yeah, he's the best part of this movie. He's the best actor in the movie. He's the most fun character. He wears glasses, and he's not the nerd. Beautiful hair. They could have a box office draw, Josh, but I don't need to be. They don't need to pander to the LGB and to females only, like they did with Barbie last year. I'm sorry. I'm a guy. I never had a Barbie in my life. I bought dolls of Captain Marvel because she's a girl that I am attracted to, and I love the actress that plays her. Brie Larson is more my taste than Margot Robbie. Gee, I wonder why. Look at her. Wait, wait. Look at her. Yeah, you wonder why. Because she's hot to trot in that costume. Even in the green costume, even though I prefer blue and red. Female, woman, whatever you want to call it. The other gender. Hey, at least I didn't get a British chick. They're in a cemetery. Well, they can't be successful without defending themselves or do nothing but show skin. They don't even show skin in Barbie. They show their legs. Whoopee. Zoe Saldana shows way more skin in this movie and in Star Trek. I'm not taking that from you, Josh. It's just that you take things personally. I do podcasts because people like to see my face. And I'm not preaching it or I'm not running away from anything. Only thing I'm avoiding today is the solar eclipse. That's what I'm avoiding. Dubai, Egypt, right? Yeah. It's the American flag. This movie looks like a Michael Bay movie, but it's not Michael Bay. I don't know who that is. I have the extended cut. I'm gonna see it again. Oh, the guy falls, no blood. That was fun. Mhm. I'm glad I'm watching this movie again. I hadn't watched it in a while. Now they're in the U.S. border, Mexican border. I just have a preference, and I'm not going to apologize for it. When I go to Comic Con, I do not meet British chicks. That's not why I go to Comic Con. It's an American institution. That's why a lot of them hightailed out. Will Poulter didn't show up. The British Doctor Who did not show up. Gee, I wonder why. Because commute in the UK is a pain during the pandemic. Should be giving me suggestions. I gave you suggestions, guys. I said Albert Pune. Look in your collection. No one's going to see a podcast of a 4-hour movie like Apocalypse Now. That movie is too long. You would have to do it in 2 parts to finish it. It's too long. Yep. American flag. So suck it, Michael Bay. If you can do it, then they can do it here too. Even though one of the actors is not American. Two actually, the Mexican guy and Idris Elba. Zoe Saldana is Dominican and Puerto Rican, so but she was born here, so she counts. Plus, those are in the Caribbean and they're in the U.S. territories. They're not foreign countries in South America. That's a nice shot. It looks like Godzilla X Kong. Yeah. Wow. What sucked them in the? Yeah. No. Also, no radiation. It like incinerates the land. While the villain I don't care for in this movie, this guy and of course Idris Elba, it's fine. Remember, DC and Marvel didn't have the best villains either. A lot of them failed. He did Dune and Lord of the Rings and do part 2 when that comes out. Parker, I started and I'm looking at my collection, been watching foods. I don't own these movies. You don't have to own them. If you can stream them on a device, on your TV or something, it works, Josh. Just keep the volume low. He was born in Quebec, you mean Canada? This movie does have a sense of humor, especially with Chris Evans. Like he does this, and he's like, "I'm going to shoot you with my mind." He killed a woman again. No blood. It's PG-13. You can stream something. I streamed a movie on YouTube on my phone. New Mexico, yeah. They film movies there because it's cheaper. Albuquerque, New Mexico. And Chris Evans is wearing an American, a U.S. military outfit. Again, wink, wink. Perfect. He was the perfect Captain America, man. And yes, I'm giving Anthony Mackie the benefit of the doubt because I want him to be a good Captain America. Exactly. You know what? You know Idris Elba was not going to sell the Suicide Squad when John Cena was outperforming him. Who got the spinoff, huh, Josh? Cena did because he's the better actor. Peacemaker got over. Nobody dresses up as Bloodshot or whatever his name is. He's useless. He's just British Will Smith. That's all he is. Yeah, he pretended to be Will Smith. He has the same backstory as Will Smith. Oh, he has a daughter in prison. Again, it's the same thing. He has a daughter that he can't see because again, that's the same thing as Deadshot. It's the same character. You just changed up his name a little bit. Whoopi. DC was just recycling the same idea. Yeah, it didn't work because Cena was a better actor. He was funnier. He had that thing on his head, and people still dress up like that at Comic-Con. Nobody cared about Bloodshot. They cared more about Ratcatcher 2 and Peacemaker because he got over. When you get over, when someone's dressed up as someone in Comic-Con, they usually got over. If they didn't, you end up being Eternals or Yelena's Black Widow. Ha! Like the soundtrack of this movie. Yeah, laptop problems, you'll get a laptop, Josh. There's laptops all over. The Suicide Squad was a flop. Yeah, it was a flop. Because there was no stars that could sell the movie like the first one did. The first one had Will Smith. And Margot at the time was a rising star, so people wanted to see her, but she couldn't sell the last movie. She sold Barbie because it was girly and it hit the right audience. I'm just not that audience. I prefer movies like Clueless and Mean Girls, the original, because it says girly, there's pink in it, and it's shorter. It's not almost 2 hours. That's crazy, yeah. Yeah, they can't. Cats are like mini tigers. He's great. I love Chris Evans. I do. Whether a hero or villain, he's always fun to watch. Even in the worst movies I've seen with him, like The Gray Man, he was the best part of that movie. No one cared about Daniela either. What are you talking about? They liked Ratcatcher too. They did, Josh. But I have my TV and my projector, but I don't have a laptop to stream it. What about your TV? He's a Black MacGyver. That's a good line. Because when Elba betrays him, I'm like, I saw that coming in the first 5 minutes of the movie, guys. He never plays a nice guy. Even Knuckles, he was a villain first before he became a hero, an anti-hero. Evans is popular. He was at Comic-Con last year. My sister met him. I'm glad she did. I didn't get to meet him because again, I didn't get his thing sold out quick. His pictures, the photo ops. Who knew that he was the most popular guy there? Him, Ewan McGregor, and also the half of the cast of Guardians. Hi, fellow MCU person. Mm. Sandy. She's not from Northern Africa. She's part black because of her skin color, but I prefer again Tiana or Geneva or what's her? I have my TV, but I'm gonna for my digital collection streaming services for like free, like Tubi and Hulu. Yeah. Anything I do is a death sentence. No, it's not, Josh. Stop saying that. Look at me. Do you think the movies I'm going to do are going to get canceled? The only thing that got blocked was V.I. Warshawski, and not because of any content, because they heard some music and they're like, oh, you're going to get blocked. Again, that wasn't my fault. Even Knives Out, Chris Evans was a better character in that movie. Not Toni Collette and the girl from 13 Reasons Why. Hold on. That's the only F-bomb in the movie, by the way. You can't say I prefer a High School Musical than Mean Girls. Yeah, because Endgame, wink, wink. Who wrote this movie? Peter Berg wrote this, and James Vanderbilt. I know him. That's why it feels like a Peter Berg movie, like Battleship. Just it's shorter. I wouldn't do that. They say Brie Larson can't act, yet she won an Oscar for Best Actress. That will prove everybody wrong because she's lived up to that Oscar. There's women that have won Oscars that we never heard of again. Like look at what's her face? Paul Sorvino's daughter, Mira Sorvino, did nothing after winning that Oscar. She did a bunch of films that people liked, and then in the 2000s she disappeared. Yeah, didn't live up to that Oscar. Now we're in Miami, Florida. Brie won an Oscar, and now she I think directed something, and she's been produced stuff, and she's one of the biggest actresses in Hollywood right now. People just hated her because she's popular and she's polarizing. Welcome to the club, Pinto. I watched all of her films. Which films? Brie Larson? Yeah, I haven't. There's still a couple I haven't seen, like a couple of dramas that she did, like The Glass House and that movie she did in India and all that. Yeah. Sabretz, those hot dogs are good, man. I agree. Time for some parkour. No, people hate her because they think she's a guy hater. She's not a guy hater. If I met her, Josh, I'll tell you exactly what she's like. I did Captain Marvel. You haven't done the sequel. I will when I get it on Blu-ray. But I'm trying to find something to do a live commentary. Again, I got a bunch of films. I already set up a bunch of movies. Hocus Pocus is going to be in October because I'm not doing another Disney movie for a while because I got a copyright infringement for a stupid song that they didn't even hear the sound for. They just assumed. Yep, mask on. 10 years after this happened, we had COVID. So the movie's about like a third of the way through, 38 minutes in. So we're like at the almost 1 hour mark. It's fun. It's very entertaining. Not perfect. Like I said, the villain kind of sucks. Those guys are wearing gas masks. If the solar eclipse is happening, I'm safe. It can't touch me. That's an awesome explosion, by the way. Again, Michael Bay probably saw this movie and just like splooged himself. It's like, oh, oh, fire, because that's how he is. He loves to see things blow up. I do too, but when it makes sense. Plenty of things blew up in in what was it? Godzilla X Kong and Ghostbusters. But it's not like it comes out of nowhere. And again, unlike Fast and the Furious, by the way, Josh, I know you're going to disagree with me, but this movie's 96 minutes, not 2 hours and 10, not 2:15, not 2:20, 1 hour and 36 minutes. You did not need to be 2.5 hours. Fast and the Furious should be an hour and 40 at the most. They have 3 hours of padding because they have 18 different characters that we don't need. I have movies on digital streaming, and there's a list of commercials are a problem. Commercials are not a problem. Just mute them. I did that when I did stuff on 2B, physical wise. So I'm trying to see what I want to do. Frozen, the songs you should mute them. Yeah, when I do the Hocus Pocus podcast, when they sing "I Put a Spell on You," it will be muted. So Disney, you can't touch me again. Ha! Donut. Yep, Dunkin' Donuts. I love that. I love that donut shop, man. So good. Mwah. Love their coffee. especially in the summertime when you drink that ice cold latte. Oh, it just it heals my it quenches my thirst like that, man. And it keeps me awake. We got Max. Yeah, I got Max. She's so beautiful, man. Yeah, I said it. I didn't say, oh, because she's Spanish. I don't want nothing to do with her. She's an attractive looking woman, even though she's a little bit thin for me. But it is what it is. I'll take a woman that I actually like over one that I don't. She's not very big, but she's good enough. For this kind of movie, she's good enough. I will take her any day over that turkey, the hobo, or any of these British chicks that make a movie way longer and way more unbearable. I'm still doing my box office bombs. It's just I needed a break. Tomorrow I'm going to go somewhere, so I can't do a review. I could do on Wednesday. Commercials are a problem with people because it'll hurt people who watch movies. No, it won't. Every movie theater I go to has commercials or ads or like trailers for movies or behind the scenes. They only hurt me when I can't fast forward them or I can't get up and walk. The streaming service. Hmm. This is a good looking movie too. Sylvain White knows how to shoot a movie without shaking the camera. That's why I'm not going to see Monkey Man. I heard that some of the camera work is horrible. Like they're shaking the camera like this. You don't have to do this during an action scene, guys. I want to see what's going on. Stop shaking the camera. Unless you suffer from seizures or have like Parkinson's, don't shake the camera, please. If it's an earthquake, I get it. You're shaking the camera, but if it's not an earthquake, don't shake the camera. You know, Cloverfield was over 15 years ago, right? Seriously, I hate when they do that. They did that in Man of Steel, and I can't see what's going on. And people said that's a good movie. I don't. James Gunn doesn't shake the camera. You don't need to do that. Chris Evans is such a great actor. Yeah, the only movie he should have said no to was Lightyear because he was the wrong choice. Yeah, again, his voice wasn't the problem. It's just Disney thought that they could recast Buzz Lightyear, do a prequel, and put a gay couple in there, and they thought kids were going to go see that. Parents don't want their kids to be groomed. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Roke. What kind of name is that? That sounds French. Idris Elba's not French. For the danger passes. I agree. Shaky cam is ruining movies now. You deserve that. You deserve that. This is a serious foreshadowing. Of all the guys in this movie that don't get along, Roke, that sounds, it's French, I think. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Knuckles is going to be funny, Josh, because I already know the character's funny. I laughed in the trailer. That's more laughs than I ever got in that Fall Guy movie with Ryan Gosling and that worthless blunt. Sorry. That's a small knife. What happened to his Crocodile Dundee knife? Gun doesn't shake the camera. Yeah, I don't want you to shake the camera because I want to see what's going on. I shook the camera when I used to film with a video camera back in the 2000s, but I did that as it was not a film. It was just some family videos and all that. But if you do that in a film, I don't know what's going on. Don't shake the camera. That's why I didn't see Monkey Man. It's not just the lead actor. It's just It's long and there's flashbacks and there's shaky cam. But Zoe, Zoe, which Zoe? Kravitz or Zoe Darsh, who I adore her. She's just adorable. I don't know why she cut her hair like this, but hey, women make choices. With a redhead, you can't skip it. Yeah, I know, Josh, but to be there's a lot of good movies there you can do. You didn't do Black Adam, I did, and it was one of my best podcasts of the year so far. To be, you can't skip the ads, but it's worth seeing something there because it's free, and the ads are not that long. Clay in this unit. That's funny. That's kind of funny. While the villain is not a great villain, he does have his moments because the writing is pretty decent. I don't know what it is, but he looks like Billy Crudup, and it's not Billy Crudup because he was in Watchmen, so he was too busy doing that. That's why he didn't do this movie, and it would have been too on the nose if he was the villain because he was in Watchmen with Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Because Doctor Manhattan looked amazing watching that on the big screen. Not his blue dong. I'm saying like the visuals on his face and his body, the rest of his body. Zoe from Guardians. Oh yeah. Why should I do Black Adam when the lead has an ego? I did it, Josh, and I didn't care because my favorite character wasn't even him. It was Noah Centineo as Adam Smasher. He was having the most fun. He was young, love his costume, and I love his personality. I am so sorry. Was that expensive? I love that character so much. DC, you did a disservice to Noah by putting him in a movie that flopped. He's a really good character, very underrated, very overlooked. Just like Iman as Miss Marvel. Some people didn't appreciate her show, but then when she came into the movie, she's like, "Oh, we like her." I always liked her. She's adorable. She's a cutie patootie. You haven't seen Watchmen? Spidey, see it at least once. I haven't seen the director's cut. I'm going to see it in the summertime because it's over 3 hours. I gotta wait. This is the scene where she shows sink in, Josh, and she's in her pants. She looks like a Victoria's Secret model. Again, I get it. Heterosexual men have urges and needs. Hmm. Yes, sir. Very, very clean skin, man. Plus, she has a tan. Anna Taylor Joy doesn't. She's cute, but she doesn't have a tan. I like women with some skin, with a nice skin tone. She's got like that caramel skin, like like Zendaya. I love that. I just go crazy for that. I'm like, chocolatey skin. I'm having fun. 48 minutes. She has a nice voice too. It's soft when it's not screaming. One thing I don't like about Zoe is when she has to scream in a movie. It just gives me a headache. Now they're in Houston, I think. That was the last time. And it's not woke for a white man to be with a Spanish girl. It's called interracial, which is perfectly fine. It's not 1885 anymore. Sarah Shahi, yeah, I did like her. Let me see how much battery power I got left. I got 72%. It's fine. She has such beautiful hair. I wouldn't mind touching it just once. I know she married a white guy. I know. I did my research. She did the same scene similar in Star Trek when she's like changing in a room and Chris Pine is creeping again. We're guys. We want to see the female body. It's just heterosexual guys. That is. Let's be clear. None of this queer BS. No, the word queer is not in my vocabulary. Yeah, I'm glad you're having fun, Spidey. I'll eventually do a Spider-Man movie, just not across the Spider-Verse. I got to do either the first one, Into the Spider-Verse, or something else. That was a good impression. See, the movie has a sense of humor. And it doesn't have cringe-worthy jokes like in some other action comedies I've seen. No, shouldn't be sorry. He's the villain. Again, this could have easily been his character from the Suicide Squad. Fist bump. See, that's a good shot. Goliath Worldwide. So this is in Texas. This is the scene with Chris Evans that I remember from the trailer. Yeah. Don't do it. It goes on and on and on and on. Don't strangers, you're the best, Chris. Racing up and down the boulevard. Yes, I love this guy so much, man. My sister must have like creamed when she saw him. She's like, oh, Captain America. He's great. I love him so much, man. He's a fun actor, just so good, man. Whoa, Cap. You saw they're thirsty. It's okay for me to like a white girl. Oh, trust me, Josh. I welcome it. If I saw you in a picture with a white girl like you did on your prom, I would be all for it. I'm pro interracial couples. I want to appreciate the anatomy. I did Spidey. I have to finish, but maybe with DC I could try. Yeah, do it because Black Adam won't be there in a month. This is funny, man. He's the best character in the movie. Just so much fun. And he's not Captain America here. He's more like Johnny Storm. If Johnny Storm got was a mercenary and had glasses. And I'm sorry, the guy from Stranger Things isn't going to be better than Chris Evans as Human Torch. He's so good, man. Yeah, that's why I said giving him a Razzie was an insult. That is an insult, Razzies. Chris Evans was not the problem with Ghosted. It was the writing, not him, not Anna de Armas. The writing was the problem, not him. You can only do some actors can only do so much with bad writing. Yep, that's right. There's a song. Wait, let me mute it. You can't hear it, right? It goes on and on. You better not block me, YouTube. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard and shadow in the night. Don't stop believing. Oh, I love that song so much. Yes. And yes, I love the parody of that song in Family Guy. They sing the song. Yeah. He's so good. Yeah, I love this. Yeah, again, this is how you do it, Chris Pratt. This, not this, because you don't have the force. This. I love this. If I look at her, you could look at her, Josh. She's not married anymore. She's gorgeous. Never said she was ugly. I was just worried that because she was wasted and bullet. Yeah, I love this. This is great. Yep. Yes, sir. Love that song. Thank you for this, James Gunn. You put old music in street lights. People. Oh, that song is so good. Journey, man. Journey. They still rock. That was a great shot. This movie's fun. Wow, a Mexican guy that does something in the movie and he doesn't have to say a word. That's how you do it, Coco. You and your talkie. Oh, I cried for days. I didn't. I haven't even seen the movie yet. I saw Wish and I thought it was average. Make me care. Chris Evans made me care in this movie. When I first saw this movie years ago, and I saw his character, I'm like, this is the best character in the movie. He's having the most fun, and he just, he's a ray of sunshine in this movie. And he's the only white guy in the main cast, of the guys. All these guys are well, Jeffrey D. Morgan is white, but he has a rugged look. And you have Columbus Short, Idris Elba, and the Mexican guy, and Zoe Saldana. So good, man. So good, man. It's a great scene, by the way. Why does Zac Efron not sing in High School Musical? Yeah, well, because his voice in the first one, his voice wasn't fully developed yet. They had to dub his singing in some of the song. In the sequels, he got to sing. He's so much fun, man. Never change, Chris. Never change, man. It's not just the MCU I love them in. This movie, in Fantastic Four, Ninja Turtles, it's a little bit weak because it's not his fault. As Casey Jones, I would have had a more rugged actor voice him, but he did fine. He did okay. There's Zoe Saldana's belly button. That was a really good scene. You better not block me, Facebook, just for singing a little bit. A lot of people sing in their YouTube videos. Look at the Cinema Sins. Got to take these socks off. My feet are sweating. Oh, much better. Up and down the boulevard. Yes, sing, man. I love it. In the night. I'm looking through my list to see what commentary I can do. There's a lot of movies. Or do something about spring. There's a lot of people of color in this movie. You got Arabic people, Hispanics, blacks. Not really a lot of Asians, though. There's like Asian women in the background. That's about it. I love that song so much, man. They didn't play the whole song, too. Again, don't block me, YouTube, because I didn't. I love that song so much, man. It's so good, man. Oh, Hinduism. So they're Indians. Yeah. So there's Asians, but not Chinese or Japanese people here. There's nothing about spring on Tubi. I created this on my own, and they have Olivia on Tubi and Garner with the Scottish guy. Gamer. Yeah, you could do Gamer. I haven't done Gamer because I don't own it yet. Ooh. He's smoking a hookah. There are Indians in the movie, so from India. So there are Asians, but there's no Chinese or Japanese people in the movie. I love Chris Evans in this movie. He's just so much fun, man. That's why, yeah, because as soon as the photo ops came for him and Karen Gillan, they were sold out immediately because people wanted to meet him. They wanted to meet him and Karen and Ewan McGregor, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Have I seen Bandslam? Yeah, that's a decent movie. Vanessa Hudgens is good in it. We're about an hour in. It goes on and on. I love that song so much, man. That's why I don't do a lot of musicals here because a lot of the music is copyrighted. But that song is just absolutely amazing. Now we're in LA. It moves fast, though. This movie has a much faster pace than Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. That was way too long. Gamer isn't a good idea because I can't skip the commercials. Again, Josh, do it. Just during the commercials, go to the bathroom or something. It's not going to hurt you. Tevye had to do that when he saw Amazing Spider-Man 2. He didn't have the movie. He saw it on like FX or something. You're not going to get bullied. Just do it. Set it up and do it. I do it. I don't say it. I do it. Amber Valletta's beautiful in the movie. That orange wig and that purple outfit, that blue outfit. If I had that movie, I would do it, but I don't. I have Dread, but again, I don't want to get a copyright infringement for that. That has a lot of copyrighted music in it. Dread, the 2012 movie. I'll do it in the summer if I can, but if they have that on Tubi, I'll definitely stream that. See, he's kissing a woman of color, and there's no controversy. It's not illegal. Last time I checked, it's completely normal. He's so much fun, man. He's looking at a laptop. He was the perfect Captain America, definitely. I think Anthony Mackie will do fine next year. I already liked him in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so that's hard to do. I like Columbus Short. I know that had some controversy. I don't know what it was about him. Let me see what's up. He didn't get canceled or anything. It's just that how these allegations, how it is. I think he's an underrated actor. I also liked him in what was it called? Armored. He's married. He got married twice. Columbus Keith Short Jr. He's a choreographer too. He's still acting. Let me see what else he's done. He has 4 kids. Wow. Let me see his legal issues. Okay. As a part of a no plea, Short pleaded guilty to misdemeanor domestic violence and performed 30 hours of community service. Avoided jail by pleading no contest to felony charges after throwing a running punch. Again, yeah. So he had some domestic problems, just like Jonathan Majors. He was under the influence, guys. I forgive him. He's a better person now. We all make mistakes. Trust me. I punched a bunch of holes in the wall many times in the basement. Trust me. With the Force Awakens, you know what I did. You know how angry I was. But I know when to keep my cool, when to cool down. I get it. He had some problems legally, but he's okay now. It's not like he's in prison right now, like Bill Cosby. He didn't pull a Bill Cosby. Yeah, I still like him as an actor. Yeah, maybe that was a mess, but that was 10 years ago. Mm. She's so thin. She's still that. Yeah, he's still doing some stuff, so he's well. Again, name me one actor that hasn't made a mistake. All of them have. And they have Mortal Engines. Yeah, you should do that one. I'm going to do that one. What? It's too long. I can do it. Yeah, I can do it. And I have the movie on DVD and Blu-ray, so I want to do that one either at the end of the month or in May. Look at that sexy. See, if Caitlyn did a scene like this, Josh, I would just lose it. I would lose my mind. Gorgeous body, man. Actor, Josh. Columbus Short is an actor, not an actress. Sorry, but typo. Actor, not actress. Columbus Short is still a dude. He's not no non-binary. He made a mistake. He abused drugs and had problems with his family, and it caused all this stress. I get it. We all, especially as a black man, as a black man, I get it. Well, I'm part black, but I get it. As a black man, his eyes are always on you. I get it. Caitlyn hasn't made a mistake or hurt people, but yeah, but she did some bad films, Josh. Not everything she did was gold. I mean, I'll probably do it even. She did that movie with that Taika Waititi movie, Never Next Goal Wins. That's not Oscar worthy, and she's not in the film that much. Icelandic, she hasn't done anything since that movie. Well, because again, people didn't know who she was, and she's doing a film that's in pre-production. We're an hour and 5 minutes in. We got about 30 minutes left. This is a good picture of her. Look. Excuse me. Ooh, that's racist. Again, that is racist, dude. Yeah. That was not Peter Berg. Yeah, that was not a good line. That's probably the worst line in the movie. Who want to be a billionaire? Don't do that again. Karen Gillan was in Guardians. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and the holiday special. The domestic thing was a couple years after this, but I get it. It sucks. Will Smith slapped a man in front of everybody and didn't even get jail time. He got banned from the Oscars for a decade, but again, who cares? We all have problems, Josh. At least you don't have any legal issues. I know, but you'll say about Hera. I am not going to say nothing about Hera. I'm going to see the movie again. It's been a while. Karen and Zoya were worth being girls. Yeah, they are. Oh, my feet. Plus, that they work well together because I bought them when they hugged in Guardians 2. I felt that because James Gunn's writing really helps them a lot. All I wanted was a sister. I get it. I get it. I have a sister, so I can. It's a good actor, yeah. They mostly have good chemistry with each other. It's like the A Team. There was a lot of buddy movies back in 2010 that had like a group of guy mercenaries. You had this, the A Team movie, and Expendables. Also Predators, if you want to count that, but that was weak. It should have just been, plus Adrian Brody doing the Batman voice. Nobody's doing that in this movie. Evans isn't going, no, it's just stupid. That's been done to death. Robert at least toned it down a little bit as Batman. And I did that movie, Josh. You haven't. That's also on Tubi. The Batman. One of the longest DC movies I've seen. Dorian the Exterminator. It is hot today. Check. It's 64 degrees. It's warm. It's going to be 71 tomorrow. Wow. Raining Wednesday. We're in the third act of the movie. Gotcha. See, no blood. The action is well done here. I just wish it was R rated. The Batman is a bit too long. Like I said, I did the podcast last year. That was cool. The Batman needed to be like 20 minutes shorter. It's just way too long. DC has a problem with their pacing with some of their films. Even with Aquaman, I think you could have cut a few scenes out, like especially the roach scene. That was disgusting. Really disgusting. Hmm. If the solar eclipse is happening right now, I'm safe. The sun can't hit me in the face here. It's right behind me. See, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. They got him. They caught them. Yeah, you are. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Mm-hmm. See? Someone's trying to set us up. Yeah. You didn't see that coming? That's why I'm not going to see Craven the Hunter, because I already know Craven is a villain. He's not an anti-hero, guys. Stop making me cheer for villains that you know that they're not trying to make villains. Joker at least made him the villain. The Batman, but not sure if I would do that because of the lead guy. Yeah, again, Josh, stop worrying about me and just do it. I did it, and nobody, no. You betrayed us. No, don't try to act in this movie, Alba. We already knew you were the villain. Mm-hmm. Different D. Morgan, yeah. Even when he's like on the when he's at his lowest, he still can act. That's what Disney had. They that was their losses last year, and yet I still watch their stuff on Disney Plus. Their old stuff, because again, it's better than their new stuff. Craven the Hunter, unnecessary. Yeah, Spidey. As a person that likes Spider Man, he should be in the movie fighting Craven. Not Craven, and this is his origin, and he's not even going to be a hunter. He's going to hunt animals and turn into an animal. He never turned into an animal in the comics. He's supposed to be a hunter. The hunters kills things, either animals or people. Why is he killing animals and why is he fighting people and biting their ears off? What are you, Mike Tyson? He's supposed to be a villain. Hulu is a part of Disney Plus. Yeah, now I know that because of the Spidey will get killed by Craven. No, he won't. No, he won't. Even Miles could have fought him. I'm like, you got to give these Spider-Man villains purpose. If not, they don't need to be there. That's why there hasn't been a Black Cat movie or a Silver Sable or Mysterio was in a Spider-Man movie. That's why he worked. And the Vulture. The Batman should have had an intermission. It should have. Yeah. That and Doom Part 2 needed an intermission, like badly. Place because that gives audience time to go and get a walk. Yeah. I'm seeing Star Wars next month, but while that doesn't need an intermission, I could go to the bathroom before the movie starts. That's what I always do. I never hold it in. Because after Revenge of the Sith, I'm like, no, I'm never going to hold it in again. Who wants? Wow. They have nukes. The Batman was too long. The Penguin show, the episode should be less than an hour. Don't make them 2.5 hours max. I don't have that kind of time. It's short and sweet. We don't need another CW show or Stranger Things where it's almost the last episode was 2.5 hours and it didn't need to be that long. It's streaming. It's not a death sentence. Yes, Spidey will die at the hands of Craven. No, he won't. In the comics, he does. I found Karen on 2B. Yeah, you should see that, whatever she's done. Yeah, I thought the Mexican guy was going to be the traitor, and he's not. He's a quiet sniper that keeps him to himself. But who's the villain? Idris Elba. Again, I saw that coming even before when the trailers came out. I saw it coming. He's not nice. He's a douche the entire movie. He's like, I'm gonna complain about everything, and I'm like, yeah. At least Knuckles, we know what we're getting. Oh man, yeah, and they had to show. He's like, I like that hat. I'm like, the you know what I mean, the black. He's smiling because again, they get all the work, guys. If you live here in the area, that bazooka, that's awesome. Yeah, of course that would have shot her back like 10 feet, but again, it's a movie. I can let it go. That was awesome. Again, Michael Bay, here you go. This will give you an orgasm. It's like, oh, she blew up a building. Oh, with a bazooka, by the way. That was a nice smile. They couldn't get Danny Trejo because he was busy doing Machete and a ton of cameos for his cousin, Robert Rodriguez. Yeah, it is. I agree with that. It's a fun movie. I think it's severely underrated. Yeah, that was cool. That was a cool line. Again, Peter Berg and James Vanderbilt, man, they should have wrote Expendables 4. They would have done better than whoever did that. And that was R rated, and yet it was said Michael Bay explosion. Yeah, a lot of the explosions because Peter Berg is like Michael Bay. He likes to see things blow up too. They have Karen's smaller stuff here, even her cute rom com, but I still need to get through my stuff because Joker's not coming out till October, so I got plenty of time. I'm gonna see it probably after I go to Comic Con because I need to save my money for that. So don't spoil the movie on the internet before or after. We'll see. Because one problem I had with Colombiana is not Zoe Saldana. It's just that fight scene in the bathroom. They shake the camera so much I can't see what's going on. This movie, I can see what's going on. Mm. Hmm. She's so emotional because in Avatar she cries too much. Even in Way of Water, that's all she does, just to show emotion through that blue mocap suit. He's carrying him. Again, Chris Evans is a very strong dude. Again, I've heard that before. That's a cliche. Here comes the third act of the movie. Yep. Good action sequences, man. See, Josh, I'm not afraid. If I have a movie in stock and I can watch it at home, I will. I just skip all the ads and and the commercials and trailers and get right to the movie. I start in the main menu. I press play, bingo. There you go. That's what saves me 20 minutes of ads. He got shot just like the, have such good chemistry, man. I like the cast. I do mostly, except for the villains. I think the villains are weak, mainly because we've seen them before. Yes, right. Jeffrey D. Morgan, own it. Ah! I like him way better than his lookalike, which is what is it the guy from No Country for Old Men. Him. You can't do much with villains. Well, yes, you can if you cast them right and you write. Again, the slow mo, yeah, is a bit much. It's a bit, you know, Zack Snydery, but they don't use it in every scene. What happened to your accent? Yeah, again, I think Elba was drunk in this scene because why was he sticking his tongue out like that? That was weird. Yep, BLM doesn't matter in this movie, dude. I mean, literally, the black guy got shot in the legs twice, and the main villain is the black guy. Yeah, again, you know what kind of movie this is. Let's just say they don't play this during Black History Month. Is all I'm saying. Come on, Jensen, run, run, Chris, run! Woo! Tropical. That's right. I was the comedian, buddy. Look at all that money that Barbie made and Top Gun Maverick. That one I want to do. Wow, it's a good stunt, by the way. And also, it's good to see an action movie that's not bombarded with CGI. Like, do what differently to be scary? You're not going to see a black guy assault Karen. Of course not, Josh. That's not going to happen. You saw he got his eyes popped. Yeah, I'm a black Popeye. I'm sorry, Josh. I had to do it. I had to. Yeah. Ah, it's fun. This movie's fun. He's stealing our cash. Does that sound familiar? Huh? Pete. See, there's no blood in this movie. There's barely any blood. There's a little bit, but again, this would have benefited from an R rating. They could have gotten away with a lot of violence. Say something. I didn't say something racist. I said it Black Popeye. That's it. It's a joke. It's a joke. Get over it. Do you have to see Top Gun Maverick before Top Gun? Yeah, you should see Top Gun, the first one, just once. And then I saw Top Gun Maverick. It's a joke. Get over yourself. I'm un-PC'd. I'm unfiltered. Again, another really good shot. That was awesome. Really good stunt. Yep. That defies the laws of physics, but I don't care. That was awesome. Just like Die Hard 2. I don't have to apologize, Josh. I'm sorry. But he has his eye closed. He's Popeye. It's a joke. Like, I'm the Black Superman again. That was just as stupid in the trailer as it was in the movie in Hobbs and Shaw. And I still haven't seen it yet. Hmm. Good stunt work. The guy's flying right into the propeller of the thing, and that makes no sense. But again, it's an action movie. You could be over the top. This is fun. I'm glad I got to do this. I did book smart and you thought I couldn't do it, but yeah, I have confidence. I'm not afraid of everything. I could run. I could do any podcast of any movie that I have. I already did RoboCop, so I don't have to do that one. I got to do two, but I don't have to. Yeah, who was the guy that he looks like? Let me see. Um oh yeah, Javier Bardem. Him. There's a little blood in it. I am enjoying myself. I have confidence too, but the cancel culture, there is no cancel culture on my channel. The only ones that can cancel me are the YouTube are the algorithms. I don't have Booksmart. You should. If they have it on Tubi in May or June, because Pride Month, even though I don't care about the gay stuff in that movie, I care about Caitlyn because she's female, and that's something I'm drawn to. Sorry, Katie Silverman, but I'm like girls more than you. You got it. Plus, Idris Elba dies off screen, so it's not as satisfying because he blows up. It's a fun movie, and it's under 2 hours. I cared about Caitlin Deaver. Yeah, I always do. She's beautiful. I would love to see her movie like this. Mm-hmm. Finish the dance. You heard that? They don't have it all, but plus Olivia is a guy hater. No, she's not. I met her. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That was a fun movie. That's it. It's over, right? No, there's one more scene. There's one more scene. My bad. We got a few more. Yep, it's like Batman. RoboCop 3 is a flop. Yeah, it's bad, and I ranted on it already, and I did the remake as well. His legs are fine now. I guess he was still, he just had to get the bullets out. He's It's a good ending, and who gets the happy ending, Josh? The black guy. That's more than enough for me. The black guy that's actually a good guy. Well, he's a mercenary, but he's got a good heart. Yeah, stay on the right path, Columbus Short, because I don't want you to end like Jonathan Majors. I know Olivia isn't a guy hater, but people say she is. Yeah, people say a lot of things. Yep. Cheers. Now the movie's over. The black guy gets a happy ending. Okay, see? How long was it? 90 minutes. It's a fun time. I think it's a very underrated movie that should be seen more often. It's on streaming. I think it's on Max now or something like that. And it's really, really entertaining. If you go in open-minded without expecting, Die Hard or like the first Rambo movie, First Blood, or Terminator 2, you'll have a fun time. And it's very underrated. I think you guys, if you haven't seen it, watch it. And if you've seen it before, watch it again. It's so much entertainment in 90 minutes. You didn't have to cram 2 hours in there. It was fine. So that was The Losers. Very fun movie, and I'm glad I got to do it. Thanks for watching. Take care. Acknowledge me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. End.